everyone. Hi, everyone. So we are live. Judge Fields will be joining us a little later, so I'll go ahead and do my normal introduction. My name is Vivian Williams. I am a licensed and barred attorney in the state of Florida, and I thought it would be really cool to get into some current events and have some fun with some great current events. And we can discuss the fun things and that's going on. And so I asked my co-host, who will be joining us shortly. She was a judge for about 13 years, and she recently retired. And I said, I have this great idea for a show, Judge, that I'd really like you to do with me. Are you willing? Are you up for it? And gratefully, she was right there with me, and I'm so honored and I'm so grateful. So I'm going to go ahead and begin and introduce the topic of the day. Dun, 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 dun. Everybody's been talking about it. Everybody's been going forth and talking about the lady who unfortunately put Gorilla Glue on her scalp. This right here. For those like, what is Gorilla Glue? This is Gorilla Glue. Now, I know us beautiful Black ladies, we have gel or things that help us slick down our edges. And for those who are trying to figure out what I mean by that, this is slicking down of my edges. It's not as slick as I would like it to have gotten tonight, but I did use Gorilla Glue or Snot. So there is a gel company or hair product that's called Gorilla Snot. And it looks like this. I have this bottle. As a matter of fact, this is my, I don't know if you can see it because of the background, but this is my bottle of the Gorilla Snot. And the Gorilla Snot is a hair gel. I don't know if you can see that part up there, but it says hair gel. And this hair gel helps your hair lay flat, slicks it down, gets it real tight, gets it real fine. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So I want you guys to join in. As those who have been a part of our show know, you make the comments in the chat. We will involve you in our comments and talk and discuss with you as we get into our topics. And we want to hear from you. So feel free to log in, tell your friends, share it around. We are live for As the World Turns. A little bit more of a snippet about me before my co-host comes in. I am currently in the Public Defender's Office in Volusia County, which is the 7th Judicial Circuit, and I've mostly been doing criminal law. I'm getting a beautiful chance to learn some other things throughout this As the Law Turns TV experience, so I'm uber excited. And I've been practicing now going about 5 years. I started As the Law Turns because I was doing a couple of lives and I was having a lot of fun with it with a few of my friends. And people enjoyed them and they kept asking us, could you do more? Could you do more? And so I thought it'd be really cool to turn it into a show where we would get the opportunity to discuss more and more things. And I'm super excited that Judge Dawn Fields, who I had the pleasure of being in front of for about 6 months. And when I was in front of her, I also had a Black female state attorney. And that was also a really cool thing. As a matter of fact, it makes me want to show you a snippet of something really fast. But during that time, I learned quite a bit. And throughout my time as an attorney, I have learned quite a bit. For those that don't know, and give a little history lesson of why I thought this show was so important. I think this show is so important because there are approximately, or at least the last time I looked, and it may have been about a year, there are approximately 90,000 attorneys in the state of Florida alone. There are hundreds of thousands of licensed and barred attorneys in the country, and only 5% of them are Black. And I thought that's really, really bad. That's a really, really bad statistic. And I said to myself, how can we fix that? Maybe we can start showing better or more examples of what Black attorneys look like. So part of that is for this show, 3% of that 5% of Black attorneys are male, and 2% of that 5% of Black attorneys are female. And I thought, is there a way we can increase that? So that's why I started the show. It's part of why I started doing the lives. And I'm really excited to have you guys here with me. Now, I am going to go ahead and dive. We'll have our lovely co-host join us in just a moment. And we'll get right into it. So, as I mentioned before, tonight we're talking about the Gorilla Hair Gel. Show of hands on the live. Can someone please tell me, ladies, do you have this? Does anyone have this in their stash? I need some commenters to tell me if they have this as a gel that they use. So somebody tell me, do you have this as a gel that you use? Oh. I use this. I use several other gels, actually. This just happens to be one of them. And it slicks your hair down. Okay, I see Miss Bailey has used this. Any other people have used this? This is popular. Does it work? It's worked for me. I have had it work a few times. I have definitely had it work a few times. It works for me. Hi, Judge.
Hi. In all my glory. Okay, let me get straight now. Let me get pretty. Yes. Okay.
So we've already kind of started, and I mentioned
excellent.
How many people have used this product right here? It is Gorilla Glue Hair Gel. I own one. I actually have tried the purple one too. I know there's multiple colors, but I like the yellow one the best. And it's super gooey. I agree. It is super gooey. And when you have it in your hands and on your hair, I have to wash my hands after it. I don't have to do that after every gel, just for reference. So in a way, I think we're also doing a review of Gorilla Glue. Hi, Gorilla Glue. If you hear us and you see us, you made it a little gooey, just for future reference. But I do find that it holds my hair pretty well. I don't like, though, when I wash my hair, I don't like that it takes a little more to get it out when I'm washing my hair. And I find that kind of annoying. Also, because of the gooiness of it, when I put it in my hands, it kind of like when I go to put it in my head, you know, that little string of cheese happens in the middle. Sometimes that little string of cheese will happen in the middle. And I don't like that so much. So I'm excited to really do a kind of quick review of it too. So this is the Gorilla Glue Gel. Now I just want to point out something that I did not notice before my mom said it. My mom said these two gels, these two items look kind of alike. I didn't notice that before, but in a way, I guess they do.
Well, I guess it depends on where you're getting it from. Am I getting the like product in the hair gel aisle or at Home Depot in the hardware aisle? Okay.
Well, here's the backstory.
I'll give myself a fair chance.
Everybody knows the Gorilla Glue backstory, and they've actually labeled her Gorilla Glue Girl. Now, I'm going to say I don't like that term. So I talked about it as the Gorilla Glue Mishap. Do not like the term of calling her Gorilla Glue Girl, especially with the nature of how Black Americans have been compared to gorillas and animals. So, guys, I'm not into that term. That term will not be used on the show tonight. If you have any problems with it, I'm sorry. You're just going to have problems with it. To call it the Gorilla Glue Mishap because I don't like calling it the Gorilla Glue Girl.
Well, okay. Well, Miss Gorilla Glue Mishapper, I wonder what aisle she got the Gorilla Glue mishap from.
You know, she doesn't tell us that part. All I remember is, and I know, and I've read over the story, and I've gotten into the story pretty deeply here. I've been checking in on the story for the last couple weeks because I was excited to put this in the show.
Me too.
Is that she ran out of hair gel. She decided to try the Gorilla Glue gel. She put it on her hair. Her hair's in a ponytail. I'm going to show her really fast. This is her, guys. Her hair's in a ponytail, as you can see it. And she slicked down that hair, that ponytail, and with the Gorilla Glue. Now, mind you, Got to Be spray, which I also have, is another gel. Have you ever heard of that, Judge?
Never heard of it. I think she said she thought it was Got to Be spray. I think that's what I heard.
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
She thought it was Got to Be spray. And I actually have a bottle of that, so I'm going to show that too. Yes, guys, I have a lot of gel. I'm a Black girl with natural hair. So this is my Got to Be spray. This is how this looks. So this has Got to Be, and you spray this like on the hair. And when you spray this on the hair, it lays the hair down like her hair got laid down.
Well, she wasn't confused. She knew she had the Gorilla Glue. She had ran out of Got to Be.
Yes.
She knew she had the Gorilla Glue. I don't know why you have it in your bathroom. You probably had to go to the garage to get it, or under the kitchen sink, or by the ceramic coffee pot that you just glued together. However, so she knew she had the Gorilla Glue. And now my question is, because I'm not one for makeup and fashion. My hairdresser does my hair once a month. She twisted it again and puts it in there to locks it and stuff like that. But if you take that much time, you got the braid, you got the eyelashes, you got the piercings, you got the makeup. I presume that when you're spraying that hair, you're spraying it and rubbing it, spraying it and rubbing it, spraying it and rubbing. So the first rub, you say, uh-oh, this is not working. Whoa, it's in my hand. Let me start. You don't spray your whole head as you're primping. You're doing the eyebrows, you're doing the nose ring, you're looking at your hair, you're braiding it. At some point you say, ooh, because I presume, once again, when you're spraying anything on your hair, you're patting it down, you're rubbing it down, you're smoothing it down. You're doing this. So how do we get a head full of Gorilla Glue before we realize, uh-oh, something's wrong? Well, Shantae Nicole. Now, Shantae Nicole is my niece. She is my niece as opposed to all these play nieces I have. And she is an assistant public defender in Orange County, felony division, just like you. So she's on there. Thank you, niecey, Shantae.
So she said, I think she already had the Gorilla Glue in her house for some other projects. She'd already used it for its intended purpose. I will say this. The Got to Be spray, though, is something you spray. You don't really have to slick it down. So when you use it, you do kind of spray it all over the head like that. And then you kind of brush the hair back. Now, mind you, it seems like she just thought that it would just wash out and it will be over. I believe that. Maybe I shouldn't believe that way. Maybe I shouldn't be giving her the benefit of the doubt here, but that's what I think happened. So she sprays it on. She apparently leaves it on for a while. She attempts to wash it out. She says she washed it for about 15 times and nothing happened. It wouldn't come out. Then she says that she kept talking about it online. Finally, she decided to go to the ER. The ER gave her some products to help get rid of the adhesive. That didn't work. So a couple days ago, she went to a surgeon in LA, and the surgeon in LA did some tests, and he said, I can remove it. And apparently he did some tests with some weave, some fake hair, and he found a way to remove it. Well, gratefully, as of today, the glue is out of her head. I wish I had a sound effect for that. However, what we're really here to talk about today is, does she have a lawsuit? Because there have been rumors running around that she is considering suing Gorilla Glue, the Gorilla Glue ones that's made for the wood and hardware products, because of the pain and suffering that she has experienced through this Gorilla Glue, Gorilla Paint, Gorilla Hair Gel experience. So chime in. We see everybody chiming in. I see Ann said it does look similar to the hair glue. And in this day and age, while we create a product that resembles actual hair glue spray, there should have been a label on the bottle not to use it on hair. I can understand the confusion. The similarities are apparent.
Well, once again, the similarities, but she knew she had Gorilla Glue. I think in the video she says, I ran out of but the got to be glue. And so I use a Gorilla Glue, i.e., I purposely use something that's probably in my garage that I bought from a hardware store that I've used for some other reasons that outside of my hair. But I made a conscious decision as a grown adult woman to use this on my hair as opposed to let it be whatever, as opposed to going out without the hair slick. Anyway, that's a whole nother moral statement. Why are you doing all this prep? Anyway, so she made a conscious decision. And once you make that conscious decision, is the Gorilla Glue or any company liable for your conscious decision to do that? Okay. I know I can't drink motor oil, even though it looks like Pepsi. If I drink motor oil because I'm thirsty and I ran out of Pepsi, can I sue somebody? I know I'm drinking motor oil, but I'm thirsty and I ran out of Pepsi and, whatever. So it's liquid. It'll quench my thirst. And so can I sue somebody?
I don't know. I will say this. I'm going to put up really fast. So guys, this is Gorilla Glue responded during this time. And this is a blurry one. Let me see if I can find it again. Gorilla Glue essentially says, do not put on hair. No, it doesn't say hair. I'm sorry. It says do not put on skin and eyes or things like that. But it actually does not specifically say do not put on hair.
Do I have to say that? Do I have to say do not put on hair? Do not put in bath water. Do not rub your cat with it. Do not use it to clean your nails. Do not use it as an ear lubricant. Do I have to say that? Or should I say Gorilla Glue is for putting together ceramics? I say ceramics, but there's a Gorilla Glue for ceramics. I think it's a Gorilla Glue for wood, a Gorilla Glue for whatever. And so I buy a Gorilla Glue for ceramic. Do I have to, as a product dispenser, label all the things that I should tell you not to use this for? Am I responsible for that as Gorilla Glue? That's kind of what we're here to discuss. And if I'm not responsible for that as a Gorilla Glue, what duty do I owe you? I didn't tell you that. And so I'm responsible to pay for your hospital bills. Okay. And the next person that used Gorilla Glue to glue some diapers on their cat and they have to go to the vet. Am I responsible for that too?
So I get what you're trying to say. You're saying essentially we get to the point where there's too many people can say, "Oh, you're suing for too many different things."
Yes.
You know what?
Stop.
I mentioned this to you the other day, and I'm going to bring it up now because
Okay.
I think that people really going to be like, oh my gosh, you got a law degree? Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. And I'm a practicing lawyer. Tell them.
There is a case called Lieback versus McDonald's restaurants. And the first time I heard this case when I was in law school, I thought common sense ain't common. Common sense, the phrase common sense ain't common. And something I consistently say to my clients all the time, and my cousin mentioned it here, Miss Bailey, she says, reading is fundamental.
I like that.
Reading, people, is fundamental. However, comma, I thought about Lieback versus McDonald's. And just to give a little quick history on that case for those who aren't familiar with that legal case, Lieback versus McDonald's is an issue where a lady went to McDonald's. It's been years. I want to say that case was like in the early, 1994. And in 1994, that case was decided. And that case was a woman at McDonald's. She went to the drive-thru. She asked for hot coffee. Now, when you say the words hot, it's hot. Like, I'm thinking hot means hot. So, okay. Well, that woman placed the hot coffee in her lap. And on her drive, it doesn't explain. She doesn't like push her legs or anything together. It doesn't fully explain how it happens. I'm assuming maybe there was a bump and maybe she squeezed her legs together. But the lady—
I looked at Wikipedia, Judge Vivian. She was in the passenger seat, pulled the lid off to add cream and sugar.
Okay.
And the coffee spilled. And because she had on cotton underwear, the plaintiff said that kind of made the coffee kind of stick to her skin. It couldn't ventilate the 140 to 60 degree coffee. And so when she pulled the lid out, the coffee spilled and she got 3rd-degree burns and stayed 7 or 8 days in the hospital, I think. 8 or 9 days in the hospital. I'm sorry. Yes. So that's how the coffee spilled.
So she got 3rd-degree burns from putting hot coffee in her lap. She sued McDonald's. Guys, how do you think this turned out? I kind of want to know what people are going to say first before I actually reveal how this turned out. She sued McDonald's. And somebody said I was just about to mention that case. She sued McDonald's. What do you think happened? Can somebody answer me really fast? I don't want to hold everybody up, but I am curious if anybody knows what happened in this particular case. She sued McDonald's because the coffee was hot. Yes, Miss Harden, she won. They had a big settlement. And for those who don't know, the reason why you see on all hot items now, including those coffees from McDonald's, is caution hot, with the little hot looking sign, the wave looking thing coming up to tell you it's hot, was because of this woman who ordered hot coffee and apparently didn't expect that it would be hot, put it in her lap to try to get the lid and stuff off, and spilled hot coffee on herself and got 3rd-degree burns. So this is why I personally think that, unfortunately, precedent, even though we may say reading is fundamental, even though we may say common sense should be common, and it ain't common, y'all. We say these things. The reason why I say she may have a case, and I know I'm going against most people, is because we've already set precedent that reading don't have to be fundamental. It did not say don't put on hair. It said don't put on skin. It said don't put on eyes or things like that. But it actually did not specify not to put on hair. And unfortunately, I have found that in the law, the loopholes of things like that is where we have the most fun. Am I wrong?
I like that. Fun. I like that, where we have the most fun. But it's always, the law school answer was, there's an exception to that. What's the rule? Well, there's an exception to that. I dare not compare the 76 or 79-year-old woman ordering hot coffee, and hot is relative, between 140 to 190 degrees, I think, Fahrenheit. And they said the industry standard at that time was 110 degrees for coffee. And McDonald's knew, or should have known, that coffee was 20 to 30 degrees hotter than anyone industry to serve it. McDonald's defense was people that order hot coffee through drive-thrus are basically going on long trips, and we gave them hot coffee so you'd have more hot coffee to last the trip. The study says that's not true. People that go to McDonald's, they drink their coffee right away. So McDonald's says, okay, oops, my bad. Anyway, I would not use that case as precedent because to me, that's apples and oranges. I have a 76 or 79-year-old woman that is drinking hot coffee as opposed to a 20-something-year-old girl that says, I know this is Gorilla Glue. I bought it for Gorilla Glue. I ran out of my hairspray, but I choose to use this. I'm going to assume that risk. I don't assume the risk when I buy hot coffee. I presume that McDonald's and the chemist and everybody knows I need hot coffee, not enough to scald me. So you're responsible, McDonald's, for breaching some duty owed to me. Gorilla Glue, I'm not going to reveal my verdict, but I don't know if Gorilla Glue is responsible for me using a product that's not for that intended purpose. And Miss Judge Vivian and I were talking the other day that everything now says used for only its intended person, but you motor oil, women's products used only for its intended purpose. And so the intended purpose is to glue stuff. I think that's a warning enough. A glue ceramic piece, that's a warning enough. I shouldn't have to list everything that is not used for. So I want you to weigh in. What do you think as far as Gorilla Glue is guilty or not guilty? Or is she guilty or not guilty? Should she file a lawsuit? And I'm going to say this as an aside, because, you know, one thing that when we talked about this 6 or 7 months ago, we realized that you and I were yin and yang because you're old and upbeat and spunky and I'm crazy and older and whatever. Anyway, if she were my client, I would say, please don't come in with your lashes and your Gorilla Glue and your braid and your lips line, because the average American Midwestern jury will, number one, be distracted by that, and number two, we're not going to pay because you want to be a beauty queen.
We have this conversation a lot, guys.
Yes, we do.
I go very much so against Judge Fields on this one.
Very much so.
However, I like this comment that Geneva said, and it's a thought. I don't think anybody knows about that. Gorilla Glue could sue her for the bad press that they have received because she's essentially made them out to be the villain. She hasn't made them out to be the villain. And I just want to go, I was able to find one. It's a little tiny, so I'll read it off. But I was able to find one that says, we are aware of the situation and we are sorry to hear about the unfortunate incident that Ms. Brown experienced using our spray adhesive on her hair. This is a unique situation because this product is not indicated for use in or on hair as it is considered permanent. Our spray adhesive states in the warning label, do not swallow, do not get on eyes, on skin, or on clothing. Once again, I will mention here, it did not specify hair or scalp. It is used for craft, home, auto, or office projects to mount things to surfaces such as paper, cardboard, wood, laminate, and fabric. We are glad to see her recent video of Ms. Brown receiving treatment for her from her local medical facility and wish her the best. Now, the key words, and Judge Don, you know how we are in law. We look at the words that are in, and I have actually argued at hearings, but did it say that?
Did it really say that? Did it really?
I have even argued to the judge, well, Judge, you have to do something because the statute doesn't say maybe, the statute doesn't say may, the statute said shall. So we deal in little words can change or affect please every single day. And so it didn't say hair. I do think, now I'm not crazy. I also have to play the other side and say that when I am doing my trials, I have to think about the other perspective as well. So I do know that the respondent party is going to say, she knew, she used it prior. She has used this product before. and she knew how to use this product, thereby she should not, or therefore, sorry, she should not have used this product in that manner. I like this comment too, so I popped this one up real fast.
Wow.
She said, what do you guys think about the young man that killed himself because he thought he was in debt for $750,000 while trading on stocks? The family is suing Robinhood. I need claim that they target young, impressionable people that are not savvy with regards to risks or riskier. I think that's why I slightly think it does start to breed negative behavior of how far is too far. And in the law, we actually have a term for it called opening the floodgates. Would this open the floodgates to things like what Ms. Parr has mentioned is a question if there was someone that would want to entertain the idea of her having a suit. What do you think, Judge?
Ms. Parr, that's an unfortunate situation. We use the term open the floodgates or slippery slope. If we allow one thing to happen, once we do it, the domino effect, everybody will sue for everything. At some points, there's personal responsibility. You're $750,000 in debt while trading stock in Robinhood. Is that really why you did harm to yourself? Your family has to be exposed to everything that kid has done that indicates that he has some mental disease. Because I was a lawyer for Robinhood. Let's blame Paul. Your son killed himself because of and so if I was the other lawyer, the son's lawyer, I would say, understand that what you're doing may open a whole panel of things that you don't want to pursue. Justice for your son may mean a lot of stuff, a lot of things. His history, he was abused as a child, sexual abuse, mental illness, and I don't know what you want to do. And I think as lawyers, myself, I have a social responsibility not only to practice law, but to tell people this is what this lawsuit may do to you emotionally, financially, and socially. You may win, but what have you won? For example, when I was a sex crimes prosecutor, I got a guy. The evidence showed that he deserved life in prison. He was convicted. He spent life in prison. But his nephew he molested is a mess still today, 25 years later. What victory do I have? He was only molesting his nephew as far as we know. So what victory I have? So to answer your question, I would caution that this gorilla suit will open up the floodgates, slippery slope, domino effect, and everybody will sue everybody for every foible and members of the private industry, you're not exempt. Now, my son killed himself because he was dating your daughter, and now I'm going to sue you, Miss Williams, because my son killed himself because he was dating your daughter, or you rolled his eyes at him, or you don't date the big company. You on the hook too. Yeah.
No, I didn't think of that. I did not consider. I should have thought of that. This is why we talk things out, because you do consider. I don't want to get too much on the Robinhood thing, though. I want to come back to her. However, I like that, y'all. However, I didn't think you're right. I often say this when people vote on things. A lot of legislation is put into effect. And then when people have to actually deal with it later, they're like, who did this? And I'm thinking to myself,
the people that you voted into office.
And you yourself voted for it. So then I think about what you're saying, and I'm like, you know what? That's right. We really are the ones that get affected by the craziness that happens. Ms. Harden says, is it frivolous? I think it's not entirely frivolous, but do I think entertaining said emotion may have uber negative implications? I think so. I also like this comment, though, by Pamela. And she said, I agree with the bad press comment. They've gotten more press in social media, which they have. I even heard, and I'm not sure about this because I did not get a chance to look it up before we started. Do not hold me to this. I do believe that they mentioned that their stock also increased following this incident, which is a good thing. And so she actually never disparaged the company, but her initial video just asked for help and warned people not to do it. That is true. She didn't, I don't remember seeing anything where she was like, don't use Gorilla Glue. This is horrible. This doesn't work. I don't remember her making negative comments about it. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think there'll be some lawyer, and I'm not going to mention one popular lawyer that jumps on anything and makes it racial. I'm not going to mention that boy's name, man's name, anything. And so this Miss Jackson, I think her name is, comes to my office and I say, they should have known. They should have known Black people, the lots of bodies similar to this. They knew or should have known. Let's sue them. And because they knew. You're going to have a lawyer that makes it a race card racial thing because it looks so much like the product that we use. The question is it frivolous? The $750,000 lawsuit with the thing, I hate to use the word frivolous because someone has died. If you define frivolous as meaning no merit, Gorilla Glue to me has no merit, frivolous. The other one, I think the company needs to be made aware. A lawsuit, I don't know.
Is that a ruling, Judge?
No, my jury's still out. Oh, Miss Nunley. Hello, Miss Nunley. Yeah.
Okay, wait. Somebody said, question, should I sue Spine Life Company because I leaned over while I had the leg rest up? Okay, Miss Abrams, I'm going to say this. As you read the ticking ticker at the bottom, we are not your attorneys. This is not legal advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. Let me preface this sentence.
But Attorney Nunley just said anybody can sue anybody for anything.
But I understand the sarcasm of this comment, so I get what you're saying. Once again, we're coming back to the opening the floodgates. However, this is a situation in which I just feel like, Tide Pods had some liability to those families when those teenagers were eating Tide Pods. How many people walked into the laundry room one day and went, let me go just eat a Tide Pod? I don't know if a lot of people know that, but Tide did have to have some legal implications because of that. Tide had to relabel some of their things. Do not swallow became a larger, or they had to increase the font size. Does this now mean that now it just, maybe not an entire suit, but maybe they're going to have to increase, now add, do not put specifically hair?
Well, one of the big things, I love the fact that Judge Vivian started this conversation and program, her baby, a couple years ago, to increase minority participation, to increase women interest in the law field. And I love that idea because we bring a whole different perspective and idea to things and passion to things. Maybe in terms of frivolous, is the world should be made aware that this glue is not supposed to be used for this, and maybe Gorilla Glue will label the packaging different and do things different. So when I say frivolous, it's not, the issue is not frivolous because somebody may benefit from it. The other thing I was telling Judge Vivian, there may be an issue that we have a jury that's not made up of people that look like us and say, I don't know why you're using that glue stuff in your hair anyway, for any reason. And so that's another reason that we need to be more involved in the system so we can right the wrongs. It can educate the public. And so I like the idea that we're discussing that. We're discussing Black female hair care products. So I liked it. Shante Nicole, what did she say? Oh,
I would say, I'm going to get to her question because I look at what she said because I really like it. But to throw into what you just said, I would say that then that brings for cause if there are no Black jurors, because now it's a situation in which the jurors don't even have enough information to do their jobs correctly. I would definitively object harshly, adamantly, and vehemently for my client if there were no Black jurors on that panel, even if it happened to be an accident. Mind you, in the law, those who do not know, at least in the state of Florida, that is the only one that I can talk about at the most. I do not do federal law. In the law in the state of Florida, there are what we call cause or racial bias objections when we are picking a jury, that we can say, did you eliminate this particular Black juror because they're Black? Or did you eliminate this particular juror because you just didn't think they were appropriate for this case? So in that particular respect, I think you'd have a fight on your hands for not having a Black juror. And I think you could possibly win that as a thing, that there would be no jury without African Americans at all on it. But
And understand, we're not talking about racism. We're talking about Gorilla Glue trying to win a lawsuit. If I was a Gorilla Glue lawyer or legal staff, I would say we're not going to have anybody that really understands this issue. So the plaintiff, the ones that's suing me, can appear to be crazy. Who would think of that? And so, as a legal advisor for Gorilla Glue, I was saying, no, I don't like this person, Black female, because she made a comment about the McDonald's case, Judge. So she's going to be thinking about McDonald's case. This is not the McDonald's case. And so that's another reason that we really want to encourage people that look more like us and think more like us to get involved in the legal field. Yeah, a sad thing. Yeah.
I do like this comment that Shantae Nicole mentioned. She said that, and I think it goes towards when we said opening the floodgates in the legal perspective. I think it goes towards us saying, people doing these things now for the fame of it, for the fun of it. And now, because she's gotten so popular, this doctor even did this $12,000 surgery for free, that now people are starting to do these things. And I think a lawsuit would probably assist in that. And apparently there's now a Gorilla Glue challenge on Facebook. Oh, wow. Wow. That's sad.
Sad.
Like to say right now, even though this is not legal advice and this is not just
don't do it.
This is a bad idea. It is. Wow. So
why?
Why?
What's the challenge? I mean, why? To see how many hairs I can stick together. What is the challenge? What do I win? What?
Wait. Geneva has given us more information. She says, so she sues and gets money on top of the $20,000 the public donated and the money she's collecting from social media. She damaged her hair using a product she knew was permanent. This lady even got a manager recently. And at what point does her motives come into question? That's a great question. And that's
the moment she posted the video for me. Oh, I would be embarrassed. My bad. I just used the Gorilla Glue to Bane to slick down my hair.
Okay,
I slicked
down my hair, but
I do the edges, just the edges.
I slick down my hair sometimes, Judge. I can't deny.
I do the edges, yeah. I got an edge work here.
I do more than the edges sometimes. Sometimes I want that ponytail flat.
I will never let you know that I washed my hair 15 times and went to the hospital. I had doctors and surgeons and Beyonce's hairdresser advising me how to get Gorilla Glue out of my hair. You never know it.
Judge, we are coming to we are so coming to our close.
No.
So excited. Guys, this is okay. So she said her whole IG page is now dedicated to reposting the Gorilla Glue comments and parodies. Wow. Okay. Wait. Somebody else said, I'm trying to get in the comments, guys. We got a rule. I don't want to keep you too long. I want you to keep coming back. So our ruling. Oh, one more thing I do want to throw out really fast, though. I would say to Geneva about the questioning of her Facebook page and her IG page and all of those kinds of things. That would be something that the attorneys would mention in a trial if there were a trial. That's how we work. That's what we do. As Judge mentioned before, our jobs is to find those loopholes, those little things, those things that people would have not have thought about, that would have said, oh, okay, this is. Hey, she did this because she's Black, because she wanted attention, or she did this because she didn't have enough money and she got fired in COVID because she lost her job because of COVID. She worked at a daycare. So people could say, hey, she did this for the money. So it's a lot of different things that can be pointed out in a lawsuit. However, we are here today to answer the question of, do you think she has a lawsuit? And do you think Gorilla Glue should be liable? Now, once the surgery was completed, a beautiful a Black doctor, which is very rare too. I'm excited to hear about that. A Black male doctor performed her her 4-hour surgery for $12,000, but he did it for free. And he stitch by stitch, I saw part of it today. I was trying to download it, but it looks like TMZ put some embedding on it and won't let you see it past their site. So he took it bit by bit, piece by piece, and he removed it from her scalp. She has, you can see the damage on her scalp, guys, but gratefully it has been removed. She's probably going to have to go through other medical treatments for her health. But now we get a chance to decide, and we're going to let you guys decide first. I'm giving you 3 minutes because we got to close. And
I hope that 20,000 K for medical bills and psychological examination. Did I say that?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, okay. Well,
shade. I wish I had glasses. Well, I should have brought my shades. I'm a fan for the shades.
Chilly in here.
I say that what should do we think the Gorilla Glue is guilty, or do we think that they're not guilty? That's the question tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to our close. Is Gorilla Glue liable or not? I'm giving you a few minutes because I don't want to hold you over, and we normally end in 45 minutes. She should sell a patent, and not even Gorilla Glue had a solvent. That's true. Not even Gorilla Glue had a remedy for this. P.S. I would just like to say that Gorilla Glue should probably contact that doctor and say, "Can you teach us and let's market?"
Yes,
they have a fix to Gorilla Glue.
Yeah.
We gotta. I'm getting not guilty, not liable. Not liable, not liable. Oh, not liable. I don't use any of their products for wigs or hair. Really, Precious?
H now. I love Precious Moore Bailey. Not okay.
No, I can't say the other word. I like to keep my show. She said, "Wow." Now. Well, guys, Judge, how do you rule?
Not liable, frivolous lawsuit, waste everybody's time. Gorilla Glue doesn't owe her anything.
Boom, boom. Judge says not guilty.
Not guilty.
Judge I'm going to say not guilty too. However, comma. Said it, meant it. However, comma. Should she probably look into a civil suit for that damage she done got to her head? Maybe, sort of, because unfortunately, I hate to say it. We all know, though. We all know how it works. Some reason in there, we can wiggle our way with those loopholes, but ultimately, verdict is not good.
Yay! Very good.
This is the first.
I love the new listeners, the new people, this is exciting. Hello, Shantae Nicole, my niece. Thank you for being here. Wow. And all the new people. This is exciting.
Fine for being silly. I her whole $20,000.
$20,000. You are the weakest link. $20,000.
Goodbye. All right. And so as we come to a close, I have to do good points in the law. It's something that I like to do to express when good things happen. So my good point in the law today is I learned a bit of history since it's Black History Month. And I am uber excited to be a Black attorney in the minority of attorneys in this junkie of the day. I see that, Geneva. In this profession and in this country, 5% of all of the attorneys, 5% in the United States. I'm fuddling here, guys. Bear with me. In the United States, only 5% are Black or African Americans. 2% are women and 3% are men. That's part of why I'm doing this show. I want everyone to realize it's great to be a Black attorney. I want to increase the Black attorneys in this arena and in this area. So my close of the day and my good tip of the day is I learned something new. Constance Bailey was a judge during the civil rights stages. She actually was a judge for, at some time, she was a judge for Martin Luther King. And she got him out of jail a few times and represented him in numerous suits and represented numerous counts. Constance Baker Motley. And she was on a judge for several years. She unfortunately passed in 2005. She was a great advocate for civil rights movements. She was a lawyer for the NAACP. And I learned a lot about her that I did not know in this Black History Month. So thank you for joining us. We are so happy that you guys joined us, and see you on the fourth Thursday. We do this every second and fourth Thursday. Have a great night.